Hello everyone. Today I am going to tell you the story of the stonemason. Once upon a time there lived a stonemason. He went every day to a mountain face and cut out slabs of stone to be used for gravestones or in building houses. He was a careful workman and had plenty of customers, and he lived comfortably although he was not wealthy. For a long time the stonemason was happy and contented, but one day he carried one of his gravestones to the house of a rich man and saw all sorts of beautiful things there. He went back to the mountain to cut more slabs, but as he worked, he started to envy the rich man and said to himself, "Oh, if only I were a rich man with a beautiful house and cellars full of fine wines. What a wonderful life that would be." The stonemason did not know this, but a powerful fairy dwelled on the mountain where he cut his stones, and she had often admired the careful stonemason for how well he did his work. She appeared to him now and said, "Your wish is heard and granted." The stonemason was very surprised. He packed up his tools and went home, where, to his surprise, he found that his wooden hut had been replaced with a grand stone house, filled with splendid furniture, pantries groaning with good food, and cellars stocked with fine wine. He was overjoyed, and soon forgot his old life in the little wooden hut. When the season turned from spring to summer, the stonemason was working at the mountain face as usual. The heat was almost unbearable. At last he sat down and he wiped the sweat from his face and said out loud, "The sun is far stronger than I am. If only I could be the sun. What a wonderful life that would be." The fairy of the mountain heard him and again said, "Your wish is heard and granted." And so the stonemason became the sun and shone his beams all over the earth. He burned up the grass in the fields and scorched the faces of princes as well as poor folk. In a short time, though, a cloud covered his face and hid the earth from him. "The cloud is mightier than the sun," said the stonemason. "I wish I were a cloud. What a wonderful life that would be." "Your wish is heard and granted," said the fairy of the mountain. The stonemason then became the cloud and lay between the sun and the earth. He caught the sun's beams and held them. He poured rain down on the fields until the rivers overflowed their banks. The rain was so strong that it caused floods that washed away trees and houses. The only thing that stood strong against the torrential rainstorm was the stone face of the mountain, which neither moved nor broke. "The rock is stronger than the cloud," said the stonemason. "I wish I were the rock. What a wonderful life that would be." "Your wish is heard and granted," said the fairy of the mountain. And so the stonemason became the rock. Proudly he stood, and neither the heat of the sun nor the force of the rain could move him. "This is the best life of all," he said to himself. One day, however, he heard a strange noise at his feet. When he looked down to see what it could be, he saw a stonemason chipping away at the rock with his tools. He trembled, and a piece of himself fell away, cut out by the stonemason. Then he cried out, "The stonemason is surely the most powerful of all, as he can break even the face of the mountain itself. I wish I were a stonemason again. What a wonderful life that would be." And the fairy of the mountain answered, "Your wish is heard and granted." So, once again, the stonemason toiled at the mountain face during his days, and slept in his little wooden house at night, and was perfectly contented, knowing that he was more powerful than the rich man, the sun, the cloud, and the mountain, all put together. The end.